Hi, I'm Brian Wilson here for I Play Euphonium to show you the Arizona All-State Etudes for 2014-2015. This would be Etudes 4 and 5. So I'm going to go ahead and play them for you, and then we'll talk about them in a little bit. So the tempo is marked at 180. I'm going to go ahead and put my metronome on, then I'm going to shut it off because there are some tempo changes in both 4 and 5. This is 180. So that's Etude number 4. Here comes Etude number 5. That's marked at 72. Here's 72. And because of the second line, I guess I'm going to turn off the metronome. All right, so let's talk about a few things. First of all, how are you going to make All-State? Well, there's a bunch of different things, but let's just talk about the Etudes and what the auditioners will really be looking for. They're really looking for artistry and musicianship. Who's going to come in and just be the best musician? That includes tone, that includes your choices of dynamics, all the different ways of playing the articulations, and honestly, for me, a lot of times, it's the difference between people coming in and trying to be really aggressive versus try to sell the Etudes with confidence. So watch out for that. Some people will come in and just blast something down thinking that sounds great, showing how loud they can play and whatnot, and they just don't sound very good doing that. So play out, play with confidence, and sell the Etudes. And definitely got to play it right. Got to play it right, okay? You can't have wrong notes, can't have wrong rhythms and things of that nature. An occasional slur here and there is not going to, mispronounced is not necessarily going to keep you out of All-State. Does that give you supposedly the most amount of points? No, but, it's not as big, obviously, you come in and playing as wrong rhythms, wrong notes, with a barking tone, that type of thing. So in Etude number 4, the big one for this is it's a technical exercise. Watch out for your dynamics. Work on whether or not it's where the slurs are. Dia, ta, ti, ya, ta. Okay, watch out for a lot of that stuff. That's biggie though. Okay, don't slur everything there. Play the way that the articulations are on that. That's a big one. And make sure it's clean. Make sure it's clean. For me, a lot of times it's that third line that might really get you. So definitely slow that down and bring that up back in tempo. On Etude number 5, this is your pretty one, your chance to sell your musicianship. So use vibrato, big time. A couple issues to watch out for. We have grace notes without slashes. I'm going to go ahead and put those before the beat. And not only that, I'm going to breathe before the final set of grace notes to get a breath so I can make it a little bit further. So I'm not breaking up that slur at the double bar line. So again, if you notice how I did it. Okay, and that makes it so that we have enough air supposedly to go on to the next part, so that's great. Where you breathe, just make sure that you sell it, okay? I'd mark it down with pencil. I would make sure that whatever I did, that sounded most right to the listener, and I was just really selling it. You don't have to breathe where I breathe. And let's see, number 4, you know, line 4, I was talking to some students at one point. I said, you know what? If the All-State auditioners had to listen to one thing, maybe it might be just that first measure plus the top notes of the last line. That is, it's got some technical ability there, it's got some physical ability there, and some artistry that you could show. So make sure that one doesn't come out notchy. And maybe the last note, don't worry about so much of time as far as really finishing your thought. Maybe give some vibrato to the last low concert G flat, and life will be good. Last thing that I will say, scales. So many people walk in there and they can play their scales. Some of them they're a little surprised. But guys, everybody's going to play a chromatic scale. Everybody's going to play a chromatic scale from low E natural to high B flat and back down. It's not going to be anything else. That is what it says so in the All-State book. That's how you're supposed to be tested. Don't come in to your All-State auditions and not know that you're going to play a chromatic scale. At least make it sound like you're going to do. And there's only 2 ways you can play it. Fast enough that you can do it all in triplets in one breath, and that's pretty quick for some people. Or slow enough that you can take a breath after a note periodically and not have to leave anything out. So, anyways, I would slur my scales if I were you, and unless it says otherwise. But for the most part, I would slur my scales so that you're not being judged on articulation, and you shouldn't be. Can you play the scales? Can you not play the scales? So, anyways, I wish you good luck, and if you have any questions, shoot me a line. Thanks.